other words, there was nothing greater out there that would interrupt our path to adulthood, our paths to adulthood, and that the world was benign, and the idea that people had to go off to war, while patently obvious in the case of World War II and World War I, because we weren't very well tutored about the actual realities of warfare, but obviously not at all logical, and especially faced with the Vietnam War, where kids were being jerked out of their college careers and their aspirations by the draft, which had been applied again, just like it was applied to their fathers and grandfathers, but was being applied so that this small little group of people in the area south of China could have a corrupt government over them instead of a communist regime, and that the peasant, the people who made up the country, peasants, it's really a weird word that has come down to us. It's really not. It means the people, the real people of the country, were not at all on our side. Only the people who stood to benefit greatly from Western civilization and Western donations and Western financial institutions were the only people on our side, and those weren't us. We were, we were the people in the clubs and the church congregations, and we were jerked out of our milieu and blown to bits, and that seemed awfully severe, to say the least, as a fate. And out of high school, several of my high school acquaintances were killed in that war, and I could have been too, because war had become a habit, and it was a flexing of the bureaucracy that ran the country that was totally out of proportion to the threats that the country faced. I mean, it was obvious to everyone, but that the entrenchment of the institution of war, having gone through 2 major wars in 25 years, the entrenched bureaucracy took control, and its demands and its logic and reasoning were unquestioned until my generation, and people talked about world government, but it never reached that level where armies could actually dismantle themselves, which they won't do, because that means everybody fires the things that are keeping their families prosperous and allowing them to raise kids, so war was just like a social institution, just like the church. It was taken for granted, and the preparation for war was